Star Wars theme.
I got another set back in my shop.
It's May.
Don't need it.
I'm with you. May.
Can you hear us?
May 4th.
You just won't be able to hear the call-in if we have a call-in.
Today's May Day.
Plug in your earbuds. Your.
Oh yeah, you probably plug in your earbuds.
I don't even know.
Yeah, you can't hear this.
Oh man.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh, you want your man in the show?
I know.
You got the.
Here, you want to use these?
No. I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. Let's roll, baby, because it's the home.
All right,
Let's get rolling. Mike has to do his come at ya.
Coming at you live from the My Insurance Group studios. It's the Homes and Homies podcast. Special guest,
Oh, it's me, Will.
Mr.
Brackett.
Will's like, what do I do with my hands?
he's a rookie here. Anyways, Mike Litwin from Thrive Mortgage.
What is that?
John Henry Hansen, my insurance group.
Also, James
Ernest.
Cardenas from my insurance group.
Oh man, Ernest T. Enriquez from EXP Realty, and now your local home group.
Hey, Will.
Oh wow!
I should hit the old.
I didn't realize this was
Here we
supposed to be so formal. And Will Brackett with American Elite Roofing.
the double introduction.
We do
Yeah.
roofing.
So let's dive right into it. Well, every week we try some different foods. This week we are putting up Bill Miller's against Camilla's carne guisada tacos with cheese.
And right off the rip, you would think Camilla's should be more like.
You would think.
authentic.
You would
Yeah.
think. You would think
Yes.
hands down. I'm excited though
It's
because
the name.
I'm putting my money on. I'm putting my money on William.
Yeah.
William Miller's going to come in. I feel it.
You think William Miller comes through clutch?
they do have a very tight carne asada and cheese.
Yes.
I mean
yeah.
it's pretty damn good.
The line is definitely longer at Bill Miller.
So are we going to play the guessing game?
Yes,
or-
I feel
It's
like
gotta be blind
we,
taste test. What's better?
I feel like we just need to do a blind taste test. Even if you know which one's which, it's like which one's better, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so I feel like let's start it off with Ernest because
Okay.
I've started it off the last couple of times.
So I'll close my eyes. This is Bill Miller's,
now,
by the way.
are we gonna do?
Mix them up.
Are we gonna do just
like a half a taco or you
a taco
versus
so I
taco?
got-
with no sauces on it?
yeah, let's do it with no,
no
sauces.
Dry or wet?
This man loves a wet sauce.
My eyes are closed right now.
No, so no sauces. So Mike Litwin appreciates this.
I'm a sauce free kind of guy because
Yeah.
I think food should stand alone.
Let's put some ketchup on it just to
No,
aggravate
no,
Mike.
Doesn't carne asada like naturally have a little sauce?
Oh,
to
yeah,
it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's a saucy tossy
Well,
taco.
see, that's a
the
different
sauce,
story.
yeah.
So if it's made with the
Okay.
sauce, it's okay.
So I'm gonna keep it in the wrapper. Just here you go. And then here's a taco for your other hand.
If I was Puro Latino, I would tell you the recipe right now.
Give me another hand.
I'm not.
Okay, so we got the right. Oh.
So
I mean,
what
you can't
is?
even tell the difference now. Like you could open your
Yeah.
eyes.
I mean,
Oh,
Thinking
yeah.
the same thing at this
Yeah.
point.
So one is
Yeah.
wrapped shiny side out, the other's wrapped dull
So-
side out.
I mean, right away,
Oh, weight wise,
weight distribution.
which one's beefier?
Do we know which one we gave him?
Yeah.
I know which
This one
it is.
feels a little more dense. Like it feels like more.
We call that
heavy.
taco
like
A.
it's they have to
Taco
school
A.
dense.
Right.
Taco B seems a little straggly.
Yeah.
Straggling.
Kinda like
Wimpy.
Taco B-I-T-C-A.
So it is. Let's give this a try. This one right off the bat.
Visually, it's looking right.
That's a Bill Miller's taco.
That's Taco A. ladies and gentlemen.
It's ringing. Hurry.
Answer.
So here goes the second taco while we get that one set up.
Gary Soma, we're trying tacos.
Hold on here. Wait a minute.
Hold on. You're about to. You can.
Oh, you're
Can you hear us?
live on the Homes and Homies podcast.
What's up, homie?
What's up, Gary Somo?
Gary.
What are you up to, John?
You just called in. You just called in on Homes and Homies podcast.
Oh no.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're a guest call-in speaker.
I like how you're calling my loan officer.
Okay, so Ernest was.
So we got a question for you. Where do you get your carne guisada tacos from?
Carne guisada. I don't eat carne guisada, so I don't eat them.
Oh.
Oh,
Is this man Hispanic?
he just lost some cool points. No.
No,
Gary,
no,
you're Italian, aren't you?
Trees and egg is my thing.
So, what is your nation of descent? Your ethnicity?
My ethnicity is Italian.
Italian.
That's what I knew it. I knew I liked it.
This is poker Gary.
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
poker
Gary.
Gary.
Goose head Gary.
Goose head Gary.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
this is the sheriff.
The sheriff is
sheriff.
calling.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
sheriff.
Will's getting a little scared now. He's like, the sheriff's on the line.
I mean, visually and aesthetically looking at these tacos, the one on the right has it. I think the one on the right,
No,
taco
taste-wise.
A.
Taste-wise.
Taste-wise, this one.
Taco A.
You
So
guys
this is
are really
Camilla's, I'm going to assume.
You're going deep today, huh?
We're going
yeah.
deep in
Is this Camilla's?
tacos.
That's Camilla's.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Camilla's.
So Camilla's beat Bill Miller's.
What made you change your mind? Because you were dead certain that was Bill Miller.
You said that was Bill Miller right off the bat.
Well, I mean, the tortilla seems very
Was it like a bueno
Bill Mil-
rolled?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're almost like burrito rolled, right? Like
Yeah.
that's kind of like the dead giveaway. And then the tortilla, you could almost feel like it's barely just right.
Like a dude named Bill.
Like a
made that
dude named Bill.
Bill rolled it out.
Makes sense.
So, Gary, you want me to call you back? You're just going to hang with us.
Yeah, no, Mike. When you get a minute, I just wanted to ask you a question.
All right, I'll call you back.
Okay. Bye, Gary. Love you.
Bye.
Come on over to my insurance group.
But I gotta finish this taco.
All right.
So Camilla's
So
is where it's
Camilla's
at.
takes
Will.
I feel like we need to do like one more blind taste test.
I think you're up.
Yeah, John should do it.
Do we let John do it or do we let our guests over here do it?
Oh, well,
we
there's
should
plenty
let Will
in
do it.
here.
We should let Will do it.
Yeah, we got. I think we got enough.
Yeah, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I got 5 tacos.
I bought 6 tacos.
Can I go? Can I go wet? Can I dip?
No.
No. The taco's gonna talk for itself, Will.
I didn't know you like to get wet. He throws it at his eyes were closed.
That's Will. He uses the force. Oh, hold on. We're doing two at one time here. Hold on.
You can't open your eyes now.
Can I open my eyes?
Yeah.
Not yet. Hold on. I'm still dishing out here.
Well, so I know what I feel like you need to take the wrappers off for me because I know what they look like.
On this one, they're the same for you.
They're the same? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
I don't know what happened there. But they're the same.
Perfect.
So, Will, what are you feeling, Will?
Should I
Weight-wise.
keep my eyes closed? Or?
There's definitely
you can-
more girth here.
There's the word, the girth.
Yeah.
Well, you're free to open your eyes now.
Nothing like a girthy taco.
But this isn't fair. I recognize the tacos.
Okay, that's fine. You can still move forward. Proceed with the taste.
It'll be a partially biased
yeah,
taste
yeah.
test.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think he's biased Camilla's or Bill Miller's. I think it's all in the taste.
I mean, after all, you're from Alabama. Your vote isn't that noteworthy.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh,
So what's first impression?
He seems impressed with that Taco A. He seems pleased with it.
Like flavor, shreddedness, meat tenderness. What do we got?
So definitely going to be flavor. Yeah.
Okay.
The meat flavor here.
It's got to be the sauce.
Taco A.
Oh, he's looking at that one. Oh,
That taco just looks like a flat dirt.
he looks
from here.
disappointed in that one.
And I'm going to go out on a whirlwind right here and say, John, called Bill Miller's.
Yeah, so I know which one's which because I've eaten enough Bill Miller's breakfast tacos to know. And so it's kind of not really that fair.
So it seems like Camilla's is.
But, honestly,
I like the Bill Miller.
I'm kind of siding with Will on it because, so there is a little bit more girth on Camilla's. That taco's nice and girthy. But I kind of like because the whole point of carne guisada is all that gravy, right? Bill Miller's has a little bit more gravy.
It's definitely a lot more.
Way to go, William.
moist.
Yes.
It's saucier.
It
Camilla's,
is.
you need to step up the
Saucy.
gravy game, baby.
But But very surprised how good Camilla's is.
It looks like there's some chorizo in there. It's a little reddish. I don't know what's going on.
Well, so Camilla's has a really good flavor,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna have to say Bill Miller's final answer. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in with you too. Yeah.
Are you going to try to tie break
Oh
this?
man.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Wait a minute, sorry, it's 2-1 right now. If I have one, then it's gonna.
Let's see.
Well, James has to do it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
All right, hold on. Let me close my
Yeah,
eyes.
somebody hand Mike a situation.
Give me the girthy one.
There's one thing that's like consistent. It's Camilla's has got the girth. For sure.
Camilla's is going to distance.
The weight wise, so based on past comments, this has got to be Camilla's.
oh, dude, you're good. Just off of girth,
just heaviness.
Enos, gotcha.
Yeah,
Word of the day.
girth.
How many times can we use it in the podcast?
The circumference is far larger on
It's got to
Camilla's.
be in the name.
Here, do you want hot sauce?
Yes, please.
It's now deemed as Camilla's
Now-
girthy carne.
Well, actually, this is a Camilla's. Hey, this is a Camilla's hot sauce. You need
Courtesy
to
of
put that
Will.
on.
Courtesy of Will.
I kind of need to try the Camilla's hot sauce with a Camilla's taco too.
Camilla's girthy hot
all right,
sauce.
James.
I'm watching Mike's face over there. What are we doing here, Mike? What do we got, Mike?
So the first one, which I deemed to be Camilla's, was very tasty. Mm-hmm. So I think if this is the loser, I'll still be happy.
Yeah.
But let's find out with taco number B.
And I think for me too, look,
Gotta cleanse the palate.
between the Bill Millers and the Camillas, the Camillas has more flavor, in my opinion, but less sauce. Like I feel like the meat, like Will said, was got a good taste to it. In Mike's Bites, number 2.
So, and I'm sorry you finished your tacos because I was gonna give you the hot sauces from both spots because then you could try them wet.
Oh no!
That is delicious. I'm sorry. Camilla's make a good taco, but Mr. Miller,
You think?
yeah,
I agree.
it's 4-1.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm outvoted. The
Darn.
the Hispanic at the table is
Hispanic does no
outvoted.
tacos. That's it.
I mean,
That settles it. I mean,
No habla español.
So Bill Miller's clear winner. at
Clear
this time.
winner.
Ding, 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 ding. Hey, I'm happy either way because I freaking love me some Bill Millers.
Oh, for sure.
Go get
San
that
Antonio
turkey,
home, Bill Miller.
that turkey poor boy.
We are in
So-
full support.
that is my favorite thing Bill Miller's makes. I mean, Bill Miller's makes some other good stuff. The chicken strips are great. I love a couple of their dishes, but that carne guisada taco with cheese. It's not the same without cheese, but
No.
with cheese at Bill Miller's.
You know,
is,
honestly, maybe the cheese put over the top.
no.
See,
could be.
I didn't get any hint or inclination of cheese.
Yeah, and Bill Miller?
Yeah.
Oh, it's swimming in cheese. Look at that.
It was more the
Look,
consistency
oh,
of
look at all that cheese hanging out
Yeah,
there.
maybe they didn't put cheese on mine.
the consistency
That's
of the
very
meat
possible,
was
too.
I
delicious.
didn't. Yeah. See, and that's the other thing with Bill Miller's. Bill Miller's, you got to
The
step up your.
consistency was tender.
Yes.
that
A lot
tender.
more tender.
A
Yeah.
lot more tender.
Yeah.
You got to step your game up in the drive-through and not mess up our tacos. There's one thing you don't do in San Antonio. That's mess with another man's tacos.
Both ways. Speaking of messing with another man's taco, Mike, did you go home and mug your wife last week? Oh, never mind.
She said my bourbon's a little questionable.
But she liked it.
She liked the mug.
All right.
She got mugged.
Well, that was good.
So let's talk a little bit about San Antonio housing affordability.
Let's taco about San
Let's
Antonio.
taco about it.
Oh,
I would say Taco Tuesday, but we missed it.
yeah, we missed Taco Tuesday.
San Antonio housing affordability comes into question amid soaring prices and stagnant wages.
Stagnant.
Stagnant wages.
Stagnant.
More like haven't kept up wages. Nah, I guess that's the same thing as stagnant.
Well, no, I mean, I think more the fact that the cost of housing's outpaced the increase in wages.
Yeah, and there's inflation plays in there somewhere.
Yeah,
That should be-
basic economics. There's more people buying houses than selling, and there's more people moving than leaving. So therefore, you have more buyers than sellers.
I even spoke to an investor this morning who his investment strategy is to buy Lennar and new KB homes, brand new homes. They come under warranty, and and he's not having a problem finding renters because people aren't able to qualify this on their own.
So it says median home prices in San Antonio have jumped over 30% since 2019, which poses a challenge to locals despite still being a bargain for those moving in from pricier urban areas, aka California.
Yeah.
And Washington.
Yeah, in Washington.
And
Who here is from Washington? What are you guys talking
As they
about?
continue to flock here too,
Yeah.
once it's not slowing down, then I wouldn't imagine that this is going to stop. I don't see this reversing at all for us.
Oh no.
No.
In San Antonio, does a lot for housing, but it doesn't seem to be keeping up. I don't feel like.
As far as new construction and getting
New construction, housing affordability, not to mention the location they're going to put you at for an affordable house is probably not going to be the most ideal. And the bond, for whatever reason, bond just runs out super fast.
Because it gets scarfed up. Yeah.
So, but 26% from the national median has significant implications for residents when it comes to meeting the rising cost of living.
Mike, what's the average household income in San Antonio?
Probably.
Still,
I think it's like 67.
So
And that's not per person. That's household.
it went up then because
Yeah, it has gone up.
Yeah, the last one I saw was like 54, and
was that qualified?
And then
30 or
it doesn't qualify for much.
like 320.
No. 5 times your annual salary is about the max.
And that's with no debt. Yeah. So
Who is the biggest employer here in San Antonio? Is it HEB?
Or USAA.
USAA.
That's,
You
I
think
think.
They
USAA?
cut them by the thousands. They've been cutting them by the
So
thousands.
USAA, you better step your game up. Get rid of those stagnant wages.
if you're not happy with your job at USAA, contact my insurance group. Hello.
Now hiring my insurance my insurance group.
MyInsuranceGroup.com. We have a hiring section on our website. Thank you.
James will thoroughly vet your resume.
I will. Actually, staffing is extremely hard. I know most of us here can attest to that. We have gone through.
We just moved through a new one the other day.
Yeah.
It's like, turns out people don't like to show up whenever they're supposed to.
What?
It's like,
You got to show up to go to work?
Like,
We've got 120 applicants in the pipeline. You whittle that down to 3 to 5. You bring one in. They look great on paper because a lot of people test great on paper. And then they go to Fiesta for the first week, and then they just show up drunk, and you're like, oh wow, you're really not a good fit here, are you? So
yeah, we. It's always a doozy.
It's not easy to find the good fit.
sure.
Because it's got to be a cultural fit on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think more young people want to go somewhere where they feel like they're doing something important than something boring and kind of monotonous. So, I don't know what the heck's going on.
And you know what they say, insurance is sexy.
Oh,
Oh, man.
but it does make it easier for guys like us to just kind of run and take the ball from people who are super lazy. You know what I mean? So, what's up? Bring it on. There's opportunity everywhere. So
So you're saying you show up and go to work every day?
what's that?
Yeah, it would be cool. Well, like not every day, but and we give 20 days PTO
When you're
too.
supposed to.
20? Yeah, we give 20 days PTO. We also give off every single
That is 4 weeks.
federal holiday. Yes, the
That's
whole point.
pretty generous.
The whole point is like every.
What's that website again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
every quarter,
Will you allow me to have
take a
2
week
jobs?
off. You know what I mean? Like everybody should take a week off every quarter. 20 days PTO. Or if you get sick, or if you have other stuff happen, granted you're not going to be able to take 4 weeks of vacation, but 20 days a year plus every federal holiday,
Which
and you
almost
still
every
can't show
Monday.
up, and you're just like, God, like,
Can I work from home?
And that's one of the biggest questions, and it's a big spoiler
No.
factor. It's,
yeah.
Not when dealing with data.
Do you guys have remote employees?
We have 3 remote employees, but they were in office for years before they went remote. And the only reason why they went remote is because their families moved to different areas, and they were rock stars.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like we can make an exception, but the rule.
right, and they continue to be.
Yeah,
Right.
and they can. Yeah, so there's always exceptions, right? It's like, man, that person's amazing, and we know how they're everything's secure. It's under lock and key at their places. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we trust them, and so, but like, I can't just hire somebody that we haven't worked with for years and expect you to do things the way we want you to do them, without you being
Present.
Vetted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we work as a team, and we're trying to accomplish huge goals. Like we're trying to win championships around here, and you don't win championships with people half-assing it or not being there every single day rowing the boat in the same direction.
Well, and the problem too is there is something about like a think tank. You know what I mean? So we have a floor, and it's a sales floor, and if you just like put your ear up to it, there's people bouncing questions off of each other all the time.
It's
about
buzzing.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you don't get that when you're sitting at home, and for somebody that's been doing it for years, you might not need that when you're sitting at home. But if you've never done it before and you're like, hey, can I work remote? Like, no, you're not going to be successful.
You know, something else that I find is remote workers, they kind of become isolated, and maybe their mental health isn't as healthy as it could be being around other people on a regular basis, and
Almost
then
definitely.
mental health is like staying well, up there can really help you improve, like as you're learning a new position at a new job,
Yeah,
and you can't do that being isolated behind a computer screen.
for sure.
So
Engaging
Yeah.
with other adults.
Yeah.
It's super important.
So, another one of the topics, kind of getting us into the groove over here. 10 best and worst things I ate in April. I can't find the article. However, we have from the San Antonio Things website 23 best restaurants in San Antonio right now. Let's see how many John agree with.
Ooh,
Fire.
go.
John, you're on the hot spot here. Let's get rolling.
Rapid fire, rapid
Rapid fire, rapid fire.
Oh shoot, where's the list? How long is this list? Number 1, Cured, New American Meat Forward.
Pass, never tried it.
Number 2, where are we at? Number 2.
That's a lot of ads in there.
Dude, there's a ton of ads on y'all's website. Get with the program. Number 2, Maverick, Texas Brazier.
Yeah, I'm going to start disagreeing with this article altogether. You just like threw two places nobody's ever heard
This
of.
is the hipster, like the new restaurants.
Yeah.
articles.
Number 3, the Curry Boys.
St. Mary's, right?
Yeah,
All these
St.
restaurants
Mary's.
are- yeah.
Okay.
John, no, no go.
No, yeah.
Ooh, that's 3. Bar Loretta.
Never been.
Man, we are uncultured in our city.
Oh, for
Man.
sure.
Can we
Number
just-
2, or number 5, 2M Smokehouse.
That place is awesome.
Good.
Yeah, I like it.
Huge lunch fest.
Yeah.
Feast. Dang, that meat looks good. Look at that meat. Something a
Taste.
man should never say. Dang,
Taste.
that meat.
Never show that to another man. Never show that meat to another man.
I'm going to get pulled apart on the talk for that. How do you say that, James? Nona?
Nona Osteria.
Ever been there?
Nona Osteria.
I've never been to Nono Aesthetic. I have heard good things about that, so at least I've heard about it. But like the Maverick and the other one, I've never even heard of. I'm like, well,
They paid the most money. to get the
Manchuchu.
Manchuchu.
Mike's
Man.
like, my.
What kind of name is that?
I am feeling really like I thought I ate a lot of places in San Antonio.
You got to step up your game. Come on, buddy.
Oh, man. Here. It's because we eat Bill Miller's.
It's got to be on there.
Don't forget Camilla's.
And Camilla's.
Dude, Camilla's is pretty good. And again, Camilla's, just so we're clear, I'm not knocking your carne guisada with cheese taco. That was a
He's politely
solid-
letting you
It
down.
was solid.
It's not you, it's me.
Well, no, it was
7.8.
it had nothing to do with the fact your taco wasn't good. It just had to do with Bill Miller's taco was just a little bit better.
Here's one for you, John. Jerk Shack.
fair. I don't go to
No,
Jerk Shacks.
never been to Jerk Shack.
Yeah.
Caribbean food.
Just on principle. Actually, no, Jerk Shack, is that on Austin Highway?
Yes.
Okay, that place is awesome. Yeah, that place is badass. Yes.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me the location,
Yeah,
but it
it-
looks like it. Oh wait, no, this one's near SeaWorld.
Maybe this
So
local
unless they have
shirt
two locations.
shop.
So there's a Jamaican food place on Austin Highway. Can't remember the name of it, but it's right next to the place I got the mopeds.
Imagine this man
Dusty
driving
Vespas.
down my-
Alamo City Cycle. I don't know.
It's I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it was awesome.
So Dough Pizzeria,
Yes.
Napotalana.
Can
Yes.
confirm dough.
Yes.
Good. Is
Yes.
the dough good?
I haven't eaten there. I don't know.
It's like a classy experience. You walk in and they like pour you sparkling like over like.
I mean,
"You want
I'm
some
looking
pizza,
at the
extra
photos of these places, and I would probably not be welcome. I mean, if John and I walked in, they'd be like, "Holy shit,
Like,
what the
go back over to Jones Maltzberger in Thousand Oaks.
Is that the guy that knows the Papa John's number by heart?
What's that number again?
210-495 Papa.
Number 10, Bliss.
Never been to Bliss.
Never been to Bliss. 11, Clementine.
See, I'm so surprised that there was like Mr. Juicy isn't top 10 or like I wouldn't agree with it, but Chris Madrid's not being top. Like I mean, like that's when I think of San Antonio, I think of like.
Is the article new though? Isn't it
yeah,
new restaurants?
This is new. This is it. Well,
Oh,
it
these
says,
are new restaurants. Yeah, so
it just says the top 23 best restaurants.
Oh,
Oh, it doesn't say best
San- yeah.
new
restaurant.
restaurants.
Oh.
Just new article.
And I'll re-review that. But 12, Southerly Fine Food and Brewery.
that place is pretty good.
cultured.
Reese Bros Barbecue.
Never been to Reese Bros.
Never been to Reese Bros. Newcomer to the barbecue scene here in San Antonio. They've got a lot of ads. Garcia's Mexican Food. I can attest to Garcia's.
Yeah.
That place is legit. Tex-Mex at its finest. Then again, I like Camilla's.
I like
Carne
again. I like
guisada.
Camilla's too. Like you can't go wrong with a couple of these great Jaliscos here in San Antonio.
Alora. Italian. Coastal Italian.
What about Demos? Is
It's
Demos on there?
I don't know yet.
I love me some Demos.
Demos is
Demos
a,
is
yeah,
good.
yeah. There's no place that like I've actually eaten that's awesome.
Columns
Demos is great.
Attaboy.
Demos is French fries are some of the best. French
I
fries.
guess shout out to Demos. You
Yeah.
guys rock.
You ever been to the Magpie?
I've never been to the Magpie.
Jeez, I've never even heard of half these restaurants.
More than half.
More than half now. We're probably 75%.
I've heard of Bliss. That's about
I
it.
feel like you need to get a different article.
Yeah.
And then like what you need to do is just go best restaurants between 1604, 281, and I-10, and then you know them all.
Well, I mean, San Antonio is one of those cities that, like, unless you have a purpose to go to that side of town, you don't go.
Yeah, it's so stinking
Yeah.
big.
Like Mike, you probably barely come into Bulverde, or you go to Bulverde over coming in.
Yeah, it's go to Spring Branch, Bulverde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
46 for everything. Everything's at right there.
22 Crazy Katsu.
Don't even.
Man, I've heard of it. I've never been there. Shiro Japanese Bistro to wrap it up on number 23.
That article.
Yeah.
Who wrote this article? If you run the San Antonio things,
Call him out. Who's the narrator?
the narrator,
Ernest.
No.
Call this poor guy out.
You're the narrator, but you're not the narrator.
This article was written by Sarah Brandstetter.
Sarah Brandstetter. He's looking for the sad one.
Yeah, I'm giving the sad trombone.
That was literally the one I was looking for. I just
Turn off the applause. No applause.
That wasn't it. It's
Yeah, Sarah, I'm going to have to disagree with 20 out of your 23.
Why do I have a feeling Sarah's under 26, under the age of 26, lives down by the Pearl, and
Sarah doesn't exist.
Hey, I wrote it.
It's actually a guy named Bill. Bill.
well,
What else we got here on this list here?
So we have Will the Roofer on today's special as our special guest. Will, let's talk roofing.
Who
Yeah.
does love roofing?
I love roofing.
I love me some roofs.
Yeah, so we can just snip.
that we want to get none of that. Hasn't been there.
Okay, excellent.
Well, what would you say
Yeah,
about
so let's
roofing?
start that again. Yeah, talk about roofing.
Well,
So today we have Will the Roofer as our special guest.
Take two.
Opius is going to know what to do, right?
Opus, yeah.
Opus.
Maybe, I don't know. They'll probably blow it up.
Oh, it's hard.
So, I just bought 25 pounds of Airheads last October, and Ernest just opened up one that had been halfway open. Almost broke his dang teeth.
Yeah, was this one halfway open? It wasn't open.
Biting into some cement.
Dude, that was hard.
You know, I'm impressed by the speed of the nail guns. Man, those guys.
It is
Those
impressive.
guys can put some nails in
Yeah.
some wood.
You know
I
what?
mean, it's
Yeah.
just as good till 25th.
Somebody told me, they said the next time, every time a large hailstorm rolls in, there's a potential for somebody to become a millionaire.
Mhm.
And I don't know how true that statement is, but I know that there's a lot of money to be made whenever there is a large catastrophic event that rolls in. I don't know, maybe you could speak on that a little bit.
The money to be made?
Yeah.
Oh, it's unreal, man. I mean, the average roof is selling for, somewhere between $16,000 and $20,000 for a 2,800 square foot home.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Play some roulette with this.
Man.
yeah, you find your little niche, your neighborhood, your market where you're doing, 4,000 square foot homes, and all of a sudden that price tag doubles, and
Yeah.
you're doing $30,000-$40,000 roofs. You don't have to do too many of those to.
Sure.
Yeah, profit margin of 20%. You're still doing okay per roof.
Is it 20% though?
I think it varies, right?
Is it?
Well, I'm sure
It's probably closer to like
Whatever you
40.
want to be, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
just-
was being generous.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Like most business owners might take a 15 to 20% profit margin,
Right.
but there's room for more,
So explain it to the listeners out there, because a lot of people are under the impression that, like, man, $20,000, I can't afford that, right? Like the average homeowner thinks in that context of like, hey, I can't afford 20 grand. I can barely afford to replace the toilet upstairs.
I got blue tarps. I'm fine.
So how do some homeowners go about actually getting the roof replaced without having to come out of pocket 20, 30,000?
Yeah, great question. Well, obviously so this is primarily an insurance market, as we would call it in the industry, right? Where there's so many homeowners who think that they can file an insurance claim and not pay their deductible.
Right.
They want the roofer to just forget about that and help them replace the roof. But, that's illegal. Back in 2019, actually, there was a law passed that really, like...
Closed. It's always been illegal, but they closed all the loopholes.
Yeah, they closed all the loopholes, and it's a federal offense, it's a felony. So, definitely not something that you want to get caught up in as a roofer or a homeowner. So, I mean, the minute you break that law out and show it to them, you kind of nip that in the butt. But financing's I think instead of coming out of your pocket $20,000-$30,000, you can take a $30,000 roof and roll it up into $200-$300 a month, a lot easier. And then also what we're seeing is since we've started offering financing, we're even seeing homeowners take their insurance money and do whatever they want with it and finance the roof. That's what is actually satisfying the claim anyways, is the roof getting replaced.
Sure.
Right?
Satisfies the insurance company too, doesn't it, John?
Yes, it does.
And I actually prefer that method because I don't want to get involved in that insurance claim. That's not my policy. I don't want, as much as, and that's kind of what the market is built around. That's what I was taught, was to get involved in the claim and kind of be the hero and save the day and get the homeowner as much money as possible.
Right.
Go in and maximum. That's what the industry teaches. The guy, most companies here in San Antonio, that's what they're doing. But you're actually putting yourself in between the homeowner and the insurance company.
Right.
And
now that the insurance companies are fighting you tooth and nail for every little thing,
yeah,
Tell
I'm
me
not
about it.
surprised that
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that you'd much rather just go your own way. You should give them an honest bid and just not deal with those clowns.
and that's the key right there, is that honest bid, because
Right.
the benefit of working the claim is that you can pump it up. You can.
Most definitely.
Well, yeah, you guys use, and for everybody out there that doesn't know this, they use a software called Xactimate. The problem with Xactimate, so Xactimate is great, but the problem with Xactimate is if you give Mike, Will, Ernest, James, and myself Xactimate, tell us to do a scope of repairs on something, all five of us will come up with a different number at the end. Every single one of us is going to come up with a different number because it just depends on how you think you should be rebuilding that.
The scope,
So,
of work, the line items in that estimate. Yeah.
And so it's super frustrating because they're seldom going to be the exact
Apples to apples.
Yeah.
So you said a little bit about financing, which is good because, I mean, there's third-party financing out there. You guys offer financing. However, some of those could be high interest rates, like higher than normal. Mike, to that point, is there opportunity for, let's say, somebody like you on a HELOC or a second mortgage, whatever it might be, that they need to pull out?
Or cash out, right?
Or cash out refi, yeah.
I mean, depending upon when you bought the house, a cash out currently probably not going to be your best option.
Yeah.
Because if you got the house a couple years ago, your rate's much lower.
Sure.
But a HELOC or a HELoan, I mean, then you're getting a much better rate than. But it's going to take a while. It's going to take 30, 45 days. And if you need your money to do the roof, then probably the most expedient method is going to be something that.
Can you explain that? I don't.
The difference between the HELOC and the
Yeah.
So to back up the bus, so equity is the difference between what you owe and the house is worth. And you can't spend equity. You can't reach in your pocket, pull equity out. So you have to go to bank and say, hey, can I borrow money against the value of my house? And there's two different flavors. There's a line of credit, which is a HELOC, or there's a fixed rate loan, which is a HELOC, which is kind of like a car loan. So you're going to have a fixed payment for X amount of months until it's paid off. Where a HELOC is like basically a giant credit card. So if you use it, you can pay it down, reuse it, and you can recycle it. So the downside to that is it's tied to prime rate or some kind of index. It can go up, it could go down, just depending on what the market's doing.
But it's always going to be. You're not always. If you're credit worthy, it's going to be way
Much better interest rate.
right, way better than a credit card, right? Because they're going to be like prime plus one,
Yes, so
prime plus two.
Banks
So-
really like equity loans because their default rate is minuscule. Because people
Right.
are going to pay the houses that they live in.
So
bottom line.
the catch to that is that here in San Antonio, I don't know the exact data, but I think the average time between roofs being replaced is somewhere between 10 and 12 years. So like every 10 or 12 years, the roof is getting replaced on average.
That's my next question. Why can't we make better tiles or better shingles so that they actually last? I mean, we can put computers in people's brains. We can fly men to Mars, so we can't make a better shingle?
Here's where I'm going with this, because if they made a better shingle, guess what would happen to the home insurance market in Texas?
It would get better?
Yes. If they made a better shingle, guess what would happen for that age? They would go up to 25, 30 years, go 40 years. But
And the shingle guys wouldn't make any money.
who makes money off of making shingles? So you have this huge industry that is like
Intertwined.
it's kind of like the
Right.
all the advances in modern medicine. You're like, how are we still using chemotherapy and radiation to cure?
Because it's really expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well, isn't there enough technology? Like the science is there that we can just like give somebody a shot, and theoretically, like the rDNA goes in there and like fights this. Like it's there, but it's like, well, but if you just gave somebody a shot, like you couldn't charge them $500,000.
Yes.
You got to keep.
So
them.
that's it. We're going to disrupt the market. We're making a new shingle.
So Will, on that same topic about the life expectancy of a roof, and thinking of the different materials,
and it's not the life expectancy, right? It's how often is a significant. Yeah.
right. I guess the life expectancy could be 20 years, but every 10 to 12 years, there's a natural incident. That
it's seen
occurs.
enough hailstorms or enough storm,
Right.
from wind or hail, whatever.
And the thing that does suck with our area, right? So, and I'm speaking of San Antonio, but even I can go as far as Houston too, where Houston, I mean, dude, they rain on a daily basis for a couple months, and then it's like just a sauna, and it's like, but here it's like we from July 1st through September 15th, we're 100 degrees.
Yeah,
triple
And so
digit,
you got
yeah.
you got this sun that's just beating the crap out of this roof, and then it's like, oh yeah, let's just dump a bunch of rain on it right afterwards, and then we still do freeze too. So it's like, I mean, that material, like we got to figure out what material can withstand all that.
Right. At a
But
price
a,
that's effective.
Yeah.
but a tin roof or
Metal roof.
probably lasts longer, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You would think.
Sure, it can.
But HOAs ban metal roofs.
No. I mean, the only problem with those is you get the little dimple marks from a hailstorm.
Right.
Who wants a dimply metal roof?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think probably depends more on the neighborhood
Yeah.
that you live in. Yeah.
But there is a full replacement for those metal roofs if your insurance agent didn't tell you they put a cosmetic exclusion on your policy, and that's why you have to deal with the dimply marks.
Let's talk about warranties. So my shingle's warranty for 25 years. But here in San Antonio, it's not lasting that way, even if you don't get a hailstorm. So how do you get reimbursed for that warranty as 15 years down the road my shingles are falling off my roof?
Yeah, great question, man. So there's, two primary different types of warranties. You've got a workmanship warranty and you've got a manufacturer warranty. So that manufacturer warranty, that's the warranty that you're referring to that says, hey, this is a 25-year warranty. We're covering any kind of manufacturer defects, that may take place after this product is installed. And then you've got your workmanship warranty, which I was meeting with a roof consultant today, and just kind of picking her brain. She owns a company out in Utah, very successful, and she actually offers a lifetime warranty, workmanship warranty. Yeah, but there's like specific, qualifications that the homeowner has to follow to keep that up and maintain it. But does that answer your question?
So it's all in the wording.
Okay, my roof, it's now been baked in the sun in San Antonio at 100 degrees for 100 days, and it just can't perform anymore.
You can't
So
roof
do I get
anymore.
a proration portion of that from the manufacturer, or am I just out of luck?
It often happens with roofs those ages.
Yeah. they stop roofing.
Well, let's say not 100 years, but let's take it like 12 years, right?
So I'm halfway into my warranty.
Right, exactly. Right. So it's like, so the shingle, so all the granulars are falling off on the roof.
They've been
but I
melted
have-
off, yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't had any. I don't have hail damage. Evidence.
There's no
Yeah.
wind damage.
So do I have a case? I guess is kind of.
That's kind of where I'm going, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's man, this is why it's so important to hire a good company that, is obviously well insured and, has licensing, and you can go after them because I don't know what the statute is here in Texas, but the time frame to go after a company for its workmanship warranty. But ventilation is so important. And so if, you put on this roof from a manufacturer with all the products that are required to offer the warranty, but then someone from the company, from the manufacturer, comes and inspects and says, oh, well, this roof is underventilated, it's not up to code. Well, then that warranty is out. And that's probably going to be the reason why those granulars were shedding off the roof and the roof's drying out and it looks, horrible in the first place, is because it was underventilated.
Yeah, and so somebody who also stands behind their product too. It's like.
And then knowledgeable about when they get into a situation to where they are re-roofing a home, identifying if the structure is underventilated.
Sure. I had no idea ventilation actually it played that much of a role.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's those materials need to breathe, especially when the attic is 130 degrees, 140 degrees, in August. So that hot air has to have a place to go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have considered using my attic as a sauna. Guys who work on ACs, guys who work on roofs. I mean, dude, I can't spend more than 10 minutes up there before I'm drenched and seeing stars a little bit. So, good on those guys, man.
Right.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know, so the other kind of perspective of that is when your roof starts to fail and the insurance companies come out and just basically openly say it's the age of the roof, right? Like they deny claims because of the age of the actual roof. I know a couple people that have gone through that scenario several times, and it's like he says this, she says that type scenario.
Because maybe the home buyer didn't know exactly when the roof was put on.
Right.
And just kind of get into that circular situation.
Right, and that goes back to the life expectancy of the actual shingle. I mean, you put a 30-year roof at 20 years, who gives the insurance company the right to deem it as like an age depreciative thing, like it's only failing because of the age.
Right. And typically, it's a visual inspection for us. And a lot of the times, most insurance companies are not requiring the agent to go inspect the property before it's insured. So we have to rely on satellite imagery, Google drive-by imagery,
Yeah.
And, it's sometimes you can really tell that, hey, man, this thing's 12 years. And look, most insurance companies, they won't touch it after 10 or 12 years, even if you got the warranty.
So a couple years ago, a lot of them, their hard stop was 15. There are still some companies that would offer, which this is getting into a bigger, and it's kind of on our end. It irritates me that everybody expects replacement cost coverage for something that depreciates and has a life. So in my head, I don't understand why the insurance companies have ever done it to begin with. It's like they started a bad habit years ago, where it's like, and they're paying billions in these payouts and these claims because of the replacement cost coverage. They should have years ago and they can still do this.
Some of the smarter ones are.
Yeah, and some of the smarter ones are, but the majority of them are now just doing a 2% wind hail deductible here in Texas, and you're just like, man, you're band-aiding this.
Right.
This roofs have ages, right?
Right.
Like, so a roof, the manufacturer says this is a 20-year shingle, this is a 40-year shingle, right? Like, there is literally a lifespan. It's after 20 years or after 30 years or after 40 years, this is no longer going to work.
So they pay out in a depreciating.
So they should pay out on a depreciating thing. Like there's no car insurance that would give you replacement cost coverage for a car. You know what I mean? Because it's a depreciating asset. Now I get houses are a little different as far as there's not as much depreciation, but that roof has a life.
Right.
Why are we why are we doing replacement cost coverage on this? And it kind of blows my mind.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Stop
Very
it. Make that premium go down, please.
But it would.
Don't you know anybody?
And it's irritating. And I get on this. Like not high horse, but I get on this when I start really, because when you understand what insurance is supposed to do, right? It's supposed to indemnify someone. Well, this 2% wind hail deductible thing that all these companies look like they're going towards. Well, on a $500,000 house, which is pretty common nowadays, right? Like a $500,000 house, that's a $10,000 deductible.
Right.
So I am a responsible homeowner, and I put a brand new roof and spend $35,000 or $40,000 on a brand new roof on my house, right? And then I do get slaughtered by a hailstorm. Big old baseball-sized hail just comes out of the sky and destroys my roof. Well, I get to drop another $10,000 to get another $35,000 roof. And you're like, well, is that right? Like,
Right.
Whereas if we would have just went ahead and said like, hey, we'll do the 1% deductibles, but let's do a straight line depreciation for everyone, right? Like, okay, cool. I have to pay you $5,000 to replace my roof, which seems super reasonable as far as a 1% or even a lower deductible. And the guy down the street from me who has just waited for this hailstorm to come, that has a 15-year roof, that's paying probably a little bit more on home insurance, but not much more, drops the same 10 grand and gets his roof when his roof's almost toast.
Right.
It just drives me nuts because it goes against that whole process of of indemnifying someone.
Right.
You know. So
Interesting.
that's it. I'm done.
This man, he's
Mic
heated.
drop.
He was heated.
Anything else we should talk about on the roof aspect of things?
Man, roofing's crazy. Because
I got a question for you too. Whenever I want to circle back around to like the Tesla solar panel roofs and that type of technology. Do you install that? Do you see that? What are your thoughts on those kind of things?
no, I don't install any of the solar shingles.
Sure, but
Yeah.
but it's a real. I mean, it's a real market.
Yeah, it's a real market. From what I understand, Houston and Dallas.
Sure.
I think Austin's trying to move in that direction.
Yeah.
But I think Houston is like, as far as the solar shingles are concerned, I think Houston's the market for it right now. Some of the manufacturers are putting out their own lines, but like the reps that I work with these different manufacturers, they're basically, I guess the cost to have an effective product where you can actually see return,
Yeah.
something similar to a panel up
Sure.
on your roof. They're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Seems pretty complicated.
It does.
Laying
Yeah.
each one of those individually, or if they come in sheets or however they come. I mean, it just seems like a lot of technology working together. I mean, I like solar. I don't have it on my own house. I dabble with it, but I think that if solar, solar's the wave of the future and all these, these types of things. I'm up in the air on the Tesla roof. You know what I mean? I'd rather do solar panels than a Tesla roof. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean the Tesla roof sounds sexy though.
Sure, it does
Yeah.
for sure.
Kind of like the Cybertruck, though.
It
You
does.
seen the issue with the Cybertrucks?
The handle, the pedal.
No. So at first it was the pedal. Now people are figuring out that they cannot wash their Cybertrucks
Why can't they wash their Cybertruck?
because they lock out something. I don't know, something with the mechanism inside of the Cybertruck and on it when they've been running them through car washes, they become bricks. So it's pretty much useless. I read an article about a guy that bought one and said he had $100,000 plus piece of junk now, and the insurance won't cover it because it's not. I mean, it's totaled in the aspect of that it doesn't work, but
It wasn't a collision
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
any
it
type
was.
of comprehensive
He
fire.
washed it, and it's now useless.
Yeah, that's outrageous, and I'm surprised Tesla isn't
Fixing
correcting
it,
that,
yeah.
helping those people out. Did drive by the Tesla factory though.
We fixed it. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, we're not making them anymore.
yeah.
So back on solar, I've got solar,
Okay.
and for the most part, I'm happy about it.
Sure.
But it makes me wonder. So, how much is it going to cost me to replace my roof? I mean, fortunately, it's only 3 years old.
Right.
But talk about an expensive roof job. Because then I got to have
'cause
those
remove
things.
the panels
They got to be
and-
uninstalled. They got to be reinstalled.
Sure.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and many insurance companies are like. they
So
won't
I
even
got to
take
pray
it.
for a hailstorm. Otherwise,
That's a great point. What? How do you roofers feel about oh gosh, this guy's got a roof full of panels? Like,
Well,
what
half,
is-
half the time you don't even.
You guys
do it,
don't touch that, do you?
Yeah.
Those are great jobs.
Hmm.
Yeah, those
because
are
of the labor that goes into taking
those
it
are
off?
great jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, because every carrier, as long as you put that system on and you updated your carrier, that
but that's if it's
acceptable by that carrier.
Well, no, I mean, if that's if there's a claimable situation. But suppose my roof just wears out.
yeah. Well, then of course you're gonna have to pay.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's just like in any situation, though, right? If you can't file a claim, you got to pay.
Well, yeah, but a regular roof is a lot less expensive than a roof where you got to take all those solar panels off and put them back on. And
So you have a Tesla truck
well,
on your roof.
Right. You're one of those guys, and I've been there too. Sometimes you're praying for that hailstorm. I'm on
well, no,
12
my
or
roof's
13.
new. I'm not praying for anything.
Yeah, not you.
No,
right, yeah.
No, yeah.
You're going to be fine. Your insurance company should pay to
Well,
remove them. And
I'm
reinstall
insured with
them.
my insurance guy. They gave me an excellent rider.
Yeah.
Sure. When
For a
that-
reasonable cost.
When that 13th year comes around and that hailstorm hits, you'll be that guy who's like,
Oh.
hit me, and then, make your claim. And you get 100% payout, which John, we know, has a problem with that because your roof is 13 years old.
Now to speak on these solar panels, though, and this again goes to, there's so many freaking roofing companies out here, and that's what's crazy about roofing is there's no licensing required. Like, you can literally start a roofing company and just start selling roofs, and you can
There's
just
no
start,
regulating body.
It's the wild, wild
It's
west,
buyer
man.
beware. Buyer beware.
So that's why, and that's what's happening, and it's crazy. And so you want to make sure you're working with people who know what's going on, because the moment the wrong company removes those panels, that
That's a lot of money.
30-year solar warranty that you have is it's void.
Yikes.
So that's the first question you ask, right? Hey, do you have a warranty on these panels? Well, we need to make sure we get this company out here to remove these panels before we replace your roof.
How
So
long-
well, here's my theory. So my solar panels are stopping the sun from beating on my roof.
certain portions of it, right?
Yeah, is that going to extend the life of my roof?
Probably not.
I would bank more on
Yes.
ventilation.
Than the actual direct sunlight.
Wow. Okay. How long have you had your system?
A little over 2 years.
Okay.
Do you have batteries?
I got batteries too.
Sure.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So like when the thunderstorms roll through, like,
Yeah.
cool, I'm good for 8 hours. That's fine. Bring it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Well, most people also either the solar rep doesn't inform them of the backup batteries, or B,
They can't afford them.
they
Yeah,
can't afford them.
they're not cheap.
6
They're
Gs,
like-
aren't they? Like 10 Gs?
Well, it depends on how much you get.
10
Yeah.
to 12,000
About
plus.
10.
Mike's like, I dropped 15.
So my wife said, I like air conditioning.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we can run everything for like 8 hours.
Sure.
So,
Off a charge.
off a charge.
And then it charges up again,
And
and
as
then
soon as
you
it
can
comes
go
out, as soon as it
Yeah.
comes back out,
another
So,
8.
so
yeah.
you basically could be off the grid if you wanted to be. Theoretically.
well, if the sun would cooperate, heck yes.
Yeah,
'cause
But
you're-
when you go like 4 days with no sun,
Right.
Right.
Well, and you're on well.
no, I'm not on well. I wish I
you're
were
on-
on well.
you're not, okay.
I'm not on
Now,
well.
question: at night, does your system supply energy to your house, or are you still coming off the grid?
No, so I use up my batteries every night. Some nights I make it through, some nights I don't. Depends on how hot it is, blah, blah, blah. So my son's the biggest instigator. He takes like 3-hour showers.
Right. Yeah.
So flipping, keeping that water
he
hot.
must be like 15.
He's 70, but it's like, wow.
Remember those days? I got one that's 12 years old. I'm like, yeah, he's not taking 10-minute showers. We're still good.
amount of energy he uses, I'll leave it at that. And so if he doesn't take a shower, we're good for pretty much the night. But if he's taking a shower, forget it.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's when the old man would just go in and cut off the hot water, you know?
Yeah.
So, Mike's son,
Son,
he's going to cut that hot water.
he graduates in 10 days.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Daddy's going to be walking around in nothing but slippers.
So I do have a question on solar power versus other power, right? One of the things that I think would be cool is a propane generator,
Oh yeah.
because you could literally get off the grid and you don't have to worry about whether the sun comes out or not.
So if you did both, if you did solar and like a Generac,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you could be, then you're a prepper and just build your little bunker down there and you're good.
Yeah.
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 I have firsthand experience with the Generacs, too.
Yeah.
They are lights out, dude. Or lights on, actually.
Lights out.
Should we wrap it on that note?
Wow, there's stuff I didn't talk about.
Oh, man.
Mike's
wait a
got
minute.
stuff. No,
Wait a
Mike's got
minute.
stuff.
I got
Yeah,
stuff.
Mike's
We
got
can
stuff.
table it, I guess.
No.
So
No.
we talked nothing
There's
about
stuff.
mortgage. So the mortgage world today got a little boost in the arm. The Fed spoke today, said, "Yeah, we're not going to raise rates this time," which is there was a little concern about that. And they're still keeping the cut on the board. So the market liked it, the stock market liked it, the bond market liked it. So rates hopefully will get back in the upper sixes again. So that should make some people happy.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess we'll just table topic 2 for next time.
What's
No,
the
bring
topic?
it on.
Next
No,
time.
I
Come
want to know
on,
what
I wanna
that
hear.
If the top
I'm not
10
done talking.
features that add value to your house,
Ooh.
according to Redfin.
Can we guess of things that don't add value to your house first?
Oh, well, it's based off a percentage. I mean, everything's going to add some value. Well, almost everything
Everything?
will add some value.
Let's see. Like,
I'll go with tile countertops. not adding
Not
value.
adding value.
okay. I mean, okay, yeah. Okay, that's
It's like
a good one.
They would add value in 1997.
So for every dollar you put in, you get a certain percentage back. So the number one item is stainless steel appliances.
Oh wow.
You get 99.2% of your money back.
Mm.
What an interesting situation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking bathrooms got to be next.
Yeah.
Well, so they broke it out to specific things like a big foyer, 99%.
Nice.
Granite countertop, any guess on percentage?
87.
99.
Oh wow.
A laundry area, 98.9. A backyard, I don't think that was optional.
Yeah.
A backyard.
Like,
A
install
backyard,
me one.
I guess.
You know, I've been really missing a backyard. So.
They're probably referencing like
A bigger backyard,
stuff,
yeah.
yeah.
Or doing stuff to your backyard, maybe.
Right.
Could
yeah.
be.
Every
Gas,
dollar you put
a
in.
gas cooktop, 98.8.
Makes sense.
A basement, which in San Antonio doesn't really apply. I wish we had basements.
Yeah.
My neighbor has one.
98.7.
Pretty nice.
That's super expensive to put in here. So
Yes.
I don't know what your return's going to be on
What's-
that.
Yeah, that'd be impossible. There would be no return.
Go through
it'd be
bedrock.
yeah, so your return on that is
Could cost 10,000 put in, you got like
Is
10,000
2%.
back for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
no, not gonna happen.
Island Bar, 98.6. So in retrospect, I think this article's trash.
so worst thing probably what is it?
A swimming pool?
Yeah.
It's like 50 cents on the dollar. And this is like in San Antonio where it's hot a lot.
Sure.
Hot and sunny.
That's so crazy to me. Now, the one thing I would say about a swimming pool though is it almost ensures your house is going to sell.
It does help marketability.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to spend the money to put it in, but they'll buy it at half price.
Unless
Right.
it's broke.
Right.
Even then, I think that thing will still go
Yeah?
pretty quick. Unless it's broke bad.
Yeah.
Like hey, it's like
It's like it's cracked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
water's
water's
not
not
gonna
gonna
happen.
Yeah, like it won't hold water.
Yeah.
Like a lawn chair thrown in there with some green water and mold in the bottom. Yeah, we've seen
Well, just get
those.
some of that waterproof tape.
Gorilla tape.
We are taking sponsors.
Call us.
Call us.
And what about these grasshoppers?
Oh, the cicadas.
Yeah.
So this year, the cicadas are supposed to be like 1 trillion cicadas that are going to be hatching this year. So they have different life cycles.
That's a lot of cicada.
And it's prime numbers, 13 years, 7 years, and 3 years, and all line up this year. It happens like every 260 years or something like that.
Oh, great. So
And
it's
there's
just
going to be like
gonna
1 trillion
nightmarish.
cicadas
I can
Where?
hear all the.
in the United States.
I can hear all the.
I mean, some
Bible.
regions obviously going to be more dense than others.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I swear, if my friends start floating up and I'm stuck here.
All
I'm
the
gonna be
Bible
pissed.
thumpers are like,
It's the end of
John's left
Ben
behind.
Affleck's gonna come out with the mummy. He's like, oh.
Like, I knew I shouldn't have watched that movie.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
We don't want to know what you do in your free time, Joe.
No, but there's a lot of goofy stuff that's happened this year,
there-
like between
there's
the
no-
eclipse and Israel
And the pro-Hamas.
yeah, and
Wait, here's an interesting fact for you. Did you know you can major in protesting? Harvard has a degree in
Interesting.
social justice, and they have classes in how to riot and protest. What the hell have we sunk to as a culture?
Yeah,
real.
seems like a lucrative field to get into. The government's going to pay you well.
Well, so I mean, right now they've spotted professional protesters at all these campuses.
Right?
They're providing them tools and tactics on how to riot.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's how you make a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
I mean, they tell them how to barricade doors and breaking down furniture and how to get to upper levels so they can't storm it. I mean, it's crazy that people get paid to cause civil unrest.
George Soros, we see you. Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know what to say to that.
Well, I know that in UT that there was just a lot of people were really disappointed, saying this isn't the UT I went to. And I'm like, well, it is Austin, but I guess there was a protest.
Well, yeah,
over-
they shut it down.
Right.
Yeah, Texas said they're not here, not doing that stuff.
Yeah.
They had one at Texas State too, I think. the
Yeah,
other
they
day.
brought the mounted police and just started wrapping them up and putting them in the big house.
Yeah.
Those mounted police don't play on
Yeah.
6th Street, dude. Don't mess around
I
at
mean,
all.
you're free to protest, but you're not free to riot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I personally think there's absolutely nothing wrong with a protest. I probably won't go to most protests, even if I do believe in that cause, just because, like, I'm of the mind you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes,
Right.
and nothing good is going to happen. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, 5 people were killed last night. Who could have thought when everybody's rioting, people get murdered? And you're just like, I never would have thought that. Like, a friend of mine wanted to go down and stand like around the Alamo thing, and I'm like, really? Like, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like what's the best thing that comes out of this? You go down there and, like, everybody knows that you don't like it. Petition somebody, let everybody know. Do a social media blast. You don't like this. You know what I mean? Like get some traction some other way. But man, like, I don't know. I don't see anything good coming from that.
And they just triangulate on your position on all the cell phones that were in that protest. Oh, cool, we got all y'all tagged now.
Well,
Gotcha.
and not just that, but Colombia is not gonna change their stance on Israel. Like the school, like they're not changing their stance.
they're not.
Like they support Israel. We're not gonna not support Israel because you guys are tearing up our campus. Like so that's not going to change. Now, if you started writing a whole bunch of people, like, I personally think you started, like, campaigning for something.
Right.
Like, you could probably create more change doing that
Then
Tearing up your stuff.
making Tent City and
Yeah.
waving the Hamas flag.
yeah. Like, I don't.
You tear up your own school, guess who pays for it? The school, which you paid for, and, it's just a cyclical. Whatevs.
Anyways,
It happens.
Yeah.
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
You don't have any conspiracy
Here's some
theories?
jail time for you.
Not today. No conspiracy theories for me today.
All right, well,
no Earth
we'll
is
let you
flat
go.
or.
I'm not going down the rabbit hole. I mean, there's so much I can say about this whole riot and what they're rioting for, but I'm gonna.
And the grasshoppers.
In the grasshoppers,
Well,
the cicadas,
cicadas.
the cicadas.
the power line bugs.
But if you do want to trick your friends, let them know that when you see those cicadas coming over the dang hill, they've been a bad person.
And on that note,
Notes.
you've been listening to Homes and Homies podcast.
Peace.